morning. Welcome to Vinyasa Yoga with YMCA Go. My name's Amber, and I'm so glad you're here. We're going to get started in child's pose. So, in order to prioritize some lengthening, opening of your hips, you might choose to take knees super wide, maybe out to the wide edges of your mat. Toes are going to come together, hips come towards heels, and then start to lengthen down. Weight comes back towards heels until your chest comes a little bit forward towards the mat. Now notice the natural space underneath your forehead. We'll hold for a beat here, just lengthening. And then on your exhale, head to a block, maybe to a pillow, or if it reaches to the mat. So you've arrived. Perhaps this is your early morning body. Just notice where your breath filters in and hits any sticky spots in your body. And without judgment, just let that go. So in this opening portion of your practice, you are landing. Landing not only physically in this comforting stillness on your mat, but also landing mentally. Allowing this to be the very best part of your day, and allowing, most importantly, for your mind to meet yourself right here, meeting your body mentally in this moment. Notice the length in the back of your neck. You might tuck your chin just slightly to create a longer line from crown to the nape of your neck. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, just imagine tension dissipating out from tail down into shoulders, down and out from your 10 fingertips. Squeeze your belly in, start to tap up into tabletop. So shoulders are going to stack directly over wrists, hips stack over knees. And once you're there, spread your fingers super wide. Take a big inhale, dropping your belly, lifting your heart, lifting your tail. One more breath. And on your exhale, start to turn that shape upside down. So tucking chin, tucking tail, rounding through the upper part of your spine, maybe engaging through your glutes, belly hugs in. On empty, take an inhale, reverse once again. So now you're turning that U shape right side up, making a U shape in your spine. Inhale. And on your exhale, hug your belly in, rounding once again. We'll do 2 or 3 more full cycles just like that. Inhale for your cow. Exhale for your cat. John and Svetlana, welcome. So glad you're here once again. And then for these last few moments of cows and cats, as we mobilize the spine, think about closing your eyes. Maybe shifting the weight back and forth onto the side edges of your wrists or forward and back to fingers and then palms. Allow these movements to turn into anything organic that feels nice. And then we'll take one more stretch for the wrists before we get moving into our flow. Taking fingertips to face out, particularly if you're new to this wrist stretch, or if you feel very, very bendy in the wrists, fingertips can face towards knees. Good morning, Pam. Find one more cow. Inhale. Last time through, cat, exhale. Hold in your cat, let your exhale fall to the bottom, all the air comes out. And then stay, or if you'd like to add on, we'll shift the weight ever so slightly, almost imperceptibly back towards heels. So you'll notice the line in your wrist is lengthening all the way from wrist up towards elbow. Angle changes just slightly. And then turn your fingers to face forward. Take any counter movements that feel good. You might roll out your wrists on the way, being kind to you. Okay, once you feel set, fingertips face forward. Once again, spreading fingers wide, palms look like a starfish. From here, curl your toes under, organize hips directly over knees, and then find a bear pose. We're gonna hover knees off the mat, and then think about this isometric squeeze from elbows to knees, crunching, curling in, up from your low belly to your chest. Breathe for 3. Get just a little broader in your back, 2. Take one more inhale here. And on your exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Once again, you might roll out your wrists if they feel tender, particularly just reminding yourself to be kind to you. It's early in the morning, body may be tight. And from here, bring some motion into your downward facing dog by sliding hips side to side, or maybe rotating ankles, maybe bending one knee and then the other to pedal out your feet. And don't be afraid here to shake out your head, a little audible sigh. Ha. Once you are ready, find some stillness and then root in from your thumb and forefinger. So the webbing between pointer finger and thumb is really going to keep you super locked in here and strong. Integrity in this posture as you shift the weight back towards heels, letting some weight come off of your wrists. Bend your knees, take an inhale. And on your exhale, let your heels melt to the mat. We'll do 2 more like that. Bend your knees, inhale. And on your exhale, heels melt. This time, bend your knees, come to tippy toes. Let your belly come any amount closer to your thighs. Now, mind's eye towards your tail. Can you tip your tailbone just a little bit higher? Vacuum your belly in, look forward. Stay with me, empty right here, and on empty, step, feet to hands. Once you arrive, long and languid halfway lift, take an inhale as your hands find shins, heart reaches forward, slight bend in your knees still, it's okay. Take another big breath in to lift your chest, and on your exhale, fold all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. 2 more like that, halfway lift. This time, if you've got blocks, books, any props at home, you might take them next to the side edges of your feet. Fingers face heels, and then inhale, lift. Try to isometrically drag those blocks towards you, although they won't move. And on your exhale, lower all the way down. Big hamstring stretch. Let that go. Last time through, inhale, halfway lift. Think about one long line from hips shooting back all the way to chest, shooting forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Breath in, find a halfway lift. This time, bring your hands to hips, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your belly. No tension in the low back. If you feel any pain in the low back, give yourself a generous bend in your knees. Inhale to lengthen. And then on your exhale with that nice flat back, glute strength, ab strength brings you all the way to standing. Take a big inhale as your arms reach high overhead. Greeting the new day, gather good energy at heart center. So before we flow, we'll pause, maybe tapping into your heartbeat right against your thumbs. And as you roll your shoulders down, just honor this moment of what it feels like to be alive. Inhale, arms sweep high. And on your exhale, bend your knees, bow all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We'll do a little bit of an ab strengthener here. Halfway lift, pause. This time, lift your heels just like we did in down dog on our tippy toes. Think about coming towards tippy toes, lengthening tailbone back, shooting hard forward. Inhale to vacuum your belly in. And on your exhale, fold. It's almost like you're preparing for crow pose. Inhale, halfway lift, but lift your heels off the mat. As you vacuum your belly in, hold there, and then plant your palms. Step back, and we'll hold a high push-up. So this is plank pose. Know that your high push-up can be taken with knees down. And just for a moment, even if you're feeling super hardcore, lower your knees down. Take an inhale here, and then just imagine, again, like we did in bear pose, you're scrunching your knees towards your wrists towards your knees, broad through your collar. Take an inhale, and then just tap into that low belly here. Right? So your low belly is really knitting inward, and there's all of this squeeze happening in your front body. So there's like this drawing of your heart towards your knees towards your heart. Breathe for 3. Squeezing glutes for 2. Take another inhale. And on your exhale, as you pin your elbows to your side body, lower your weight back towards knees as we come all the way to the mat. Lengthen your feet down towards the back edges of your mat and spread your toes. As you curl tailbone down to heels, we'll find baby cobra. Inhale to lift your chest. Exhale, hold. We'll breathe for 2. Let it go. 1 more, lengthen. You might hover your hands off the mat as you inhale. And on your exhale, lower all the way down. Make sure there's no props in your way. Take your hands to the side edges of your mat, maybe even off your mat, elbows face up. Take a big inhale as you lift your heart. And on your exhale, start to lower down with left shoulder. So I'll turn to face you just so you can see. You stay where you are. Take an inhale here. Exhale, opposite shoulder. So right shoulder lowers down. You're going to look to the left. Inhale at center, and then we'll just flow through. Left shoulder dips, right, look right. Inhale, center, and exhale, opposite side. Maybe you close your eyes for these last 2. Moving at the rhythm of your breath, really hearing that inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. At this point, you might be tapping into the ocean breath, Ujjayi breath. It's an inhale through nostrils, mouth is gently closed. And on your exhale, breath hits the back of your throat, and then constricting those whisper muscles, there's a little bit of an audible sound, almost like a wave crashing over another wave. Inhale back towards center. And on your exhale, lower all the way down. Now you choose. This will be yogi's choice every single time, whether you want to come into that low cobra again as before, we'll meet there, or walking thumb knuckles back towards lowest ribs, hug your elbows in, press the tops of your feet down. Straight and strong arms are going to lift you to upward facing dog, and your pelvis comes forward as you inhale. And as you exhale, find tabletop or downward facing dog. So from downward facing dog, know that you can lower your knees and take that tabletop at any time. You might find cows and cats as a substitution for your high to low push-up. Modifications upward, downward, they're always welcome. Take another deep breath in your downward dog, and this time step your feet together. From downward facing dog, right leg reaches about halfway up. Keep your right pinky toe facing down so your hips are square to the mat. Take another inhale to lengthen your right leg back. And on your exhale, this time keeping shoulders square, bend your right knee. From here, we're going to peel right hip open, almost like we're trying to stack right hip on top of left. Notice how your right shoulder wants to dip towards the sky. Try not to let your right shoulder peel open as you inhale energy through your flying toes, your right toes. And as you exhale, square your hips, take it all the way back down. Other side, left leg halfway up, inhale. Exhale, square your hips. Let the back of your neck be long. Take an inhale to lift your left leg. And on your exhale, bend your left knee. Stay here, dipping left shoulder down, squaring hips, squaring shoulders to the mat. And now we'll peel left hip over. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale. You might find motion by circling ankle or circling hip. And on your exhale, square your left hip to the mat, both feet lower. We're gonna take an inhale to our high push-up. You might have to walk your hands forward for this. So this will be the true length of your downward facing dog. Slowly shifting shoulders over your wrists, pause here. Feel the balls of your feet press back while the crown of your head presses forward. And then tapping into that low plank that we did before, the bear pose that we did before, bend your knees to hover, squeeze knees towards elbows, elbows towards knees. Now, straighten both legs, turn on your glutes, inhale. And on your exhale, bend your knees to hover. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bend. You might be shaking. I am. That's fine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to bend. Last time through, inhale to lengthen. And on your exhale, take full exhale, 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 back to downward facing dog. Try to let the entire breath transition you through. In slow motion, we'll float forward, full inhale to your high push-up. Take longer than you think you need to get there. Keep inhaling, slow motion. Maybe you've arrived. And then same thing, exhaling from core strength, downward facing dog. Exhale, 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 all the air out. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale forward, full breath to transition. Exhale, full breath to come back. Last time through, high push-up, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Bend your knees from your downward dog. Take a deep breath in, tippy toes. Pause here, full breath out, patient, calm, without anticipation. 1 more little sip in, look forward. And on your exhale, step or float, feet to hands. From here, halfway lift, 1 big breath, lengthen, fold. Inhale, tall mountain, arms sweep high overhead. And on your exhale, Uttanasana, fold all the way down. Halfway lift, breath in, 1 sunnet. On your breath out, exhale carries you to low push-up. Inhale for your cobra, maybe it's your upward facing dog. And on your exhale, we'll meet in downward dog. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Step your feet together, send your right leg halfway up, inhale. On your exhale, draw your knee in towards your nose. Inhale to send right leg back. Exhale, right knee towards right elbow. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, cross it over, left elbow, right knee. And then inhale, right leg back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Halfway lift, take an inhale. Exhale, fold, and then feet together, big toes touch, heels are slightly apart, find chair pose. So you're curling your tail down towards heels. Let's start with hands at hips. Use the weight of your hands to sort of lower your hips down, and then find this counter action between hands and legs. So can you press your hands down to really weight your hips into the mat? And then from there, use that counterbalance to lift your heart up. You're gonna feel your glutes really working. Breathing here. Maybe lift your 10 toes. And with all that counter weight, feeling the vibration around your glute muscles, lift your hands. Inhale. Exhale, 2 more. 1 more, lift your heart. And then cactus your arms like goalposts. Start to tip this shape over to the right. Take a big inhale. You might extend your left arm long. We'll meet back at center with goalpost arms. Inhale, tipping to the side. Stay here or extend your right arm long. Inhale. Exhale, center. start to fold all the way forward. Long spine, inhale here. On your exhale, crawl your hands to the top of the mat, high push-up. Take a big breath in here. Heels are gonna spin to the left. Left knee can come down if you like. Side plank. Right arm is gonna stack over left. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Wherever you are, deep breath in. Think about lifting from that left oblique just a little bit higher. Inhale, gaze might come over right armpit. Exhale, you might even lift top leg. One more breath in. Full breath out. Inhale is your high push-up. Either come straight back to your downward facing dog or find a vinyasa, low push-up. Back bend of choice, cobra, upward dog. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Step your feet together, warming up. Left leg halfway up, inhale. Exhale, knee towards nose. Inhale back. Left knee, left elbow. Inhale back, long, languid, no hurry. Exhale, cross it over, left elbow, right knee, left elbow. And then inhale, left leg back. Exhale, downward dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Big toes, toe heel together to touch. And then bend your knees, drop your hips, chair pose. Hands once again, sit at thighs, press your thighs down to lift your heart up, turn on your glute muscles. Sweep your arms forward, take a big breath in. Fold forward on your breath out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Straight to your downward dog, inhale, or lower down halfway, exhale. Upward dog, big breath in. Downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, bend your knees, tippy toes. Pause here as you inhale. Empty completely as you exhale and step, or you might pounce. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips. One big breath in chair pose. And then we're gonna repeat those cactus arms. So from your chair pose, inhale, start to tip over to the side. Try to keep your hips level. Exhale, stay here or straighten your top arm. And then inhale, stay, or maybe both arms extend. And on your exhale, back towards center, cactus arms. Inhale, tipping to the side. Exhale, right arm extends. Big breath in, second arm, left arm can extend as well. And then exhale, back towards center, goal pose. One big breath in here. Fold forward on your exhale. Halfway lift, stay with me, hands to tall blocks or tenting fingers on the mat. Inhale. Exhale, send your right leg all the way back. So you're high on the ball of your back foot. Take your left hand to your left hip. We want to knit in the left hip here, looking for right hip turning forward, left hip knitting back. Take a big breath in, fingertips to the blocks, lift your chest. And on your exhale, start to straighten your front leg, tip your hips up and back. Inhale, bend into your front knee, low lunge. Exhale, modified pyramid, tipping hips up and back. Inhale, forward bend. Exhale, straighten, hips up and back. Last time through, inhale forward. And on your exhale, lift your hands to hips, squaring hips towards the top edge of your mat. Arms are gonna come high overhead. Crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, take an inhale. And on your exhale, open up to your warrior two. So you're turning the right edge of your back foot, you're turning the back foot towards the side edge of your mat. And then we'll just reset with shoulders up towards ears. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Heels are drawing together isometrically. Take a quick look over your back shoulder, turning chin towards right arm. allowing yourself to find one long line from right middle finger to left middle finger. Look forward if you're not already. Breathe for 5. Press a little bit more into your back foot. 4. Belly keeps lifting up and in. 3, 2. Exhale, sink to your lowest point. And then inhale as you press out through your back foot. Lift into reverse warrior. Lengthening from left hip all the way to left shoulder. Find that breath in your intercostals. And on your exhale, side angle lunge. Left elbow finds the inside edge of left thigh. Right arm comes high. Take an inhale. Exhale, we'll circle sweep. Right arm back towards right foot. Take a big breath in. Right arm high. Exhale, sweep it back. 2 more. High. And back. You can stay here with those circle sweeps, or if you prefer, find half bind. Right hand towards low back. Keep peeling open through your right chest. 1 more breath in. Think about a long line from right foot all the way to the crown of your head. And on your exhale, spiral your arms down to frame your front foot. Take a big inhale as you look forward. Pause. On your exhale, find buoyancy in your back foot and we'll launch lifting back leg into standing leg split. Ooh, take a breath in. As you lengthen down, exhale it all the way out. Option for balance challenge here. Your left hand can find left calf. Everyone at home is lifting right leg, squeezing right glute. Take 1 more inhale to spiral, pinky toe down, hips are square. And on your exhale, step your right foot forward and fold. Well done. Halfway lift. Fold. Rise, arms high overhead. Gather all this good energy at your side, hands to the side. Just pausing here in your mountain pose. Take an inhale. And then let that go. Mountain pose is a pose of stillness, pose of strength, but it's also super strong. So before we head into balance, we'll take a little bit of an proprioceptive exercise where we'll rock forward. I'll turn to the side so you can see, although it's quite subtle, rocking forward onto the weight of toes and then back onto the weight of your heels. Think about moving from your center almost as if you're a pendulum. Heels, toes. When you're ready, arms sweep high overhead. You're at the top of your mat. Inhale. Strong belly, long spine. Fold forward. Hands to blocks, halfway lift. Exhale. This time your left foot finds the back of the mat. So once again, knee stacks over ankle, you're in your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Finding your left toes spreading on the mat, you've got the ball of your foot, that plantar fascia, connecting, really digging into the back of your mat. Right hand comes to hip, knitting that right hip in. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, find crescent lunge, arms high. Big breath in. Full breath out. Spread your arms, let all 10 fingers find energy. And on your exhale, this time, either by bringing hands back down as we did before, or for extra balance challenge, hands to hips, take an inhale to peel your heart up. And on your exhale, straighten your front leg, send your chest forward, hips up and back as you fold. So we'll do that 3 times, bending into front knee, hands at hips or hands down. Inhale. Exhale, hips up and back, straighten front leg, fold. 2 more, inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. This time, hands to blocks if they're not already. Find maximum length in your spine. Chest comes forward, breathe it. Exhale, back to your low lunge. Crescent lunge, once again, Anjaneyasana, arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, tapping into the strength of your back leg, open, up and out. Warrior 2. So you're gazing over your front middle finger, belly once again, strong. Shoulders might rise towards ears, and then roll them down. Allow your scaps to come together. Inhale. Exhale, and then reminding your neck to just let go. We'll gaze over left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, gazing forward, finding one long line between two middle fingers. Breathe in, press in through your back foot. We're here for 4. Imagine you could lift the inner edge of your left foot. 3, 2. One more inhale. Exhale, sink to your lowest point, and then flip your front palm as you press out of your back foot. Reverse your warrior, reversing Virabhadrasana. Inhale. Exhale is side angle lunge. We're gonna find right elbow on the inside of right thigh, left arm high. And here we go with our circle sweeps. Left arm comes forward, inhale. And then back, exhale. I know right thigh is talking to you. Keep distributing the weight evenly between both feet, moving fluidly with your breath. Left arm high, inhale. And then back, exhale. High. And then back. Stay here or start to reverse the direction. Left arm forward. And then back. Forward. And back. And at any point, if you'd like to find that half bind, left hand is going to come towards low back or maybe even right thigh. From here, you're opening up through left pec. Take an inhale to spiral your left chest open. Exhale to hold and breathe. Breath in. Breath out. You might even feel open enough for a full bind, but notice, and this happens to us all, yes, even yoga teachers, rather than dumping the weight down like so, once you've got that bind, you're going to start lifting your chest, spiraling left chest up towards the ceiling, opening up through torso. Take an inhale, pressing through back foot, and on your exhale, frame your front foot with your fingertips. All 10 toes face forward, preparing for balance, buoyancy as you shift weight. Inhale. Standing leg split, launch your left leg up level with left hip. Take a big breath in. Now you might grab for blocks. Hands can come to blocks for some extra support. If you prefer a balanced challenge, right hand is going to reach for calf. Left hand reaches for shin. Breathing 3. Squeezing left glute 2. Fan your flying toes. One more inhale. And on your exhale, step left foot forward and fold. Halfway lift. Well done, everybody. Inhale. Exhale, folds. We'll rise. Arms reach high overhead. Breath in. Hands to heart center. Breath out. Moving into our balance portion of practice, take a big inhale to take hands by side. Lift your shoulders towards ears. Exhale, lower down. From here, big toes touch. Remember that exercise we did where weight comes forward and back? We're going to do the same thing, except side to side. So from here, again, imagining that one long line from toes to the crown of your head. Inhale, your entire weight shifts ever so slightly towards the outer edge of your right heel. And then back towards center. And then take the weight to the other side, towards outer edge of left heel. And then back towards center. One more time. And then allow that movement, that pendulum swing, to become smaller and smaller until you can find your center line. And that's where your mind meets your body. Zipping belly up and in, we're going to take left leg, level with left hip, 90 degrees. Take a big inhale as your right arm lifts, left hand to left hip, and you can stop here. Think of this as a bus ride. Get off at the stop that suits you. Take a big breath in and stay, or start to peer over your left shoulder. Right hand is going to come to the outside of your right thigh. Now again, you can stop here, or left arm starts to extend behind you. One more add-on if you like. Reaching for the outer edge of your left foot, take an inhale. Exhale, pressing through your standing leg. Last inhale here. On your exhale, take it all the way back down, mountain pose at center. Take an inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, gathering energy at center line. Opposite side, arms out. Inhale. Exhale, this time right leg lifts, level with right hip. Finding that 90-degree angle in your right leg. Press out through your left toes. Inhale. Exhale. And then finding your twist, right hand comes to right hip, left hand comes to the outer edge of right thigh. Breathe in and out. Stay here or lift your right arm. And then like a hitchhiker, sweep it behind you, maybe spreading all 5 fingers. Inhale. Stay here or reach for the outer edge of your right foot. Strap at home is also a great modification for this. Know the wiggles and wobbles are just part of the journey. Inhale. Spread your right toes, press out of your left foot. Exhale. Happens to all of us. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. And as you slowly reset with as much grace as you can, feet together, mountain pose. Sonoy, so glad you're here. Everybody take an inhale, arms reach high. And on your exhale at the top of your mat, bow forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, preparing for chair pose. Bend your knees, drop your hips. We'll take one quick twist. Arms reach high overhead. And then on your exhale, choose. High twist would be left arm forward, right arm back. Or if you prefer a little bit deeper twist, hands at heart center. Left elbow crosses over right thigh. Find the fleshy part of your tricep connecting with the outer edge of your thigh. Notice that contact point, thigh to elbow, elbow to thigh. Press both thigh into elbow and elbow into thigh and allow that to create a rotation in your torso. Take another deep breath in, palms together, fists together, whatever makes sense for you. And then just on your breath out, check to make sure both knees face forward. Sometimes our left knee wants to buckle inward. Stay or open your arms as you breathe in. Breathe out, twist. Last inhale here. And on your exhale, fold all the way forward. Separate, before we do that, right foot is gonna step back. Take a big inhale in your lunge. And on your exhale, turn towards the side edge of your mat so you find yourself in a wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift, take a big breath in. And on your exhale, lower your heart down towards the mat. If you brought your blocks with you as you grab for the outer edges of your ankles, you might take blocks underneath your shoulders, crown of your head to the mat. And you'll notice if you're like me, maybe there's a ponytail at the crown of your head. You can always move the ponytail. Being on camera, I think I'll keep my ponytail where it is. But you feel free to do you. Big breath in. Long spine, long breath out. Take your blocks with you. If they travel to the side edge of your mat, we'll find hands to hips or blocks. Halfway lift. And on your exhale, bend into your front knee. All 10 toes face forward at the top of your mat. Quarter turn back to the top of the mat. Take a big inhale. And on your exhale, right foot meets left. Step forward and fold. Long spine, hands to shins. Inhale. Exhale, fold, and then bend your knees. Drop your hips one more time. Chair pose. Take a big inhale, glutes squeeze, arms lift, chest is long and high. And on your exhale, high twist, right arm forward, left arm back, or if you prefer, hands to heart. Again, reaching right tricep towards the outer edge of left thigh. Inhale. Exhale, your spine is super long. In. Breath comes out. Now press into your right heel. Notice again the contact point between right elbow and left thigh. As you press into right heel, can you get any amount more activation into your right glute? And then from here, stay or open your arms. Playing perhaps with a block underneath your right hand. maybe lifting your gaze up towards left thumb. And if you do that, just notice that your chin can stay in line with your sternum, right? So you can shake out your neck, replacing your thumb to a point where if your left eye were closed, you could wiggle your left thumb and still gaze up at it with your right eyeball. Fold forward when you're ready, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Final mountain pose, arms reach high overhead. Utthita Ttanasana, extend. Tadasana, hands at heart center. Breath in. Breath out. Start to bend your knees, drop your hips, chair pose, glutes squeeze, arms lift. And we'll lower down incrementally. Hips towards heels, keep your heart lifted. Last little push here, maybe lift your heels off the mat, coming onto balls of your feet for Hindi squat. And then we'll have hips meet the mat. Boat pose, keep your toes pointed. Hands can come by your side to start. Navasana from here, flex your toes back towards knees. Right angle in your legs. Inhale, and on your exhale, point your toes, start to lower all the way down to the mat as you extend your legs, creating a C curve in your spine. Hug your knees to your chest. A rock side to side might feel very beautiful, very good. Happy baby. Hands find the backs of your thighs to start. Notice your low back lengthening down on the mat. So if you think about four corners of your spine, your left shoulder, right shoulder, area around your left sacroiliac and right, they're all pressing down to meet the mat. From here, once you've got that press, you might take hands to feet, inner edges, outer edges, tops of feet. Elbows may wedge inside of your thighs, inside of your knees rather. And then again, find that rock and roll or play with straightening one leg. And then the other. Inhaling. You've made it to the mat, exhaling. We'll end with a little bit of a hip stretch. Figure 4. Keep a block handy. It's going to be like a pillow underneath your head in a moment. Crossing left ankle over right thigh. Take an inhale here to lift your head and shoulders off the mat. Notice how you can protect your knee joint through a gentle point of your foot, but a flexion of your toes. So it's the toes that want to flex, not necessarily the foot. Take an inhale to lift head and shoulders up off of the mat. Interlace your hands at the back of your right thigh. Pull your thigh in until you feel that desired sensation of hip mobility, hip opening in the left. Now notice how compressed you've rolled yourself up into a ball. From here, the height of the block can be adjusted underneath your head. Maybe the tall way, maybe the low way, maybe medium height. But you're taking the work out of your upper body, allowing your hips to breathe. Sometimes a rock and roll side to side can feel good here. You might imagine you have like a satellite of your lung on the outside of your left hip. Send oxygen right into that little baby lung. Stay here for 3 more, or if you feel extra mobile today, you might find that sensation of rocking the baby being your left shin. You can forklift your forearms over your shin, lower head back down to that block, and give yourself a little cradling side to side. There's one more add-on here. I only recommend for the super mobile, hyper mobile. If you'd like to add on the bind, your left hand reaches behind your head, Right leg extends, and you slowly lower shoulders down to the mat. You may even find a twist. Those of us that are not taking that option, keep your feet exactly as they are. Right foot meets the mat, arms out like a T, spinal twist in figure 4. So your hips just rock over to the right, gaze to the left. One more breath together. And let it all go. Unravel, full body stretch, toes point to the front of your mat, arms reach to the back of the mat like you're waking up in the morning, because you might be. And then hug knees to chest. Final stretch here, right ankle crosses over left thigh. Take an inhale to lift shoulders and head up off of the mat. Interlace your hands at your left thigh, pull your left thigh in. And once you've got low back on the mat, head up off of the mat. Take your block, the desired height. Might be a different height than on the other side. Keep that compression of left thigh towards chest. And breathe. Allow your shoulders to melt down towards low back. And then stay here for 5, or if you would like to find that option of cradling the baby, your forearms forklift over your shins, and you rock side to side. Once again, just like a bus ride, get off at your stop. If you're still moving on, crossing right hand behind your head, trying to link your 10 fingers in front of your shin. Inhale for length, and on your exhale, slowly twist over towards the left. Remember, this can be done exactly from figure 4. Arms would be out like a T. And you just wipe your hips to the side. Start to unravel, fingers towards the back of the mat, toes towards the front of the mat, full body stretch, inhale. And as you exhale, hug your knees, final squeeze. Take any flexing, any pointing, any engaging, any fidgeting that makes you feel complete. And then set up for your final rest. Corpse pose, Shavasana. Know that you can stay here, physically landed here. You can stay as long as you want. You can carry this feeling with you mentally. Even if you're ready to move on with your day, you can carry this exactly as you are. Carry it with you. If and only if you're ready to move on with your day, bring some subtle movements to fingertips and toe tips, maybe wiggling thumb along forefinger, middle finger, pinky finger. Tapping into all those tiny neurons that fire at our fingertips and marveling at all that our bodies can do. Allow those movements to expand from fingers into wrists, from toes into ankles, and from ankles towards core into knees, from wrists into elbows. Give yourself a squeeze. And then pressing up into a tall seat, you might find your block at the edge of your tail, propping your hips high over your knees. Just notice for a moment any nuances and any changes that may have occurred in your physical or mental self from the beginning of practice to now. We'll meet with hands at heart. Finishing with a breath in together. Inhale, lift hands to thumbs. Lift thumbs to forehead. And in gratitude, we bow. Thank you for being here all, for joining in this beautiful practice. Namaste.